You're listening to What's Hot on NCCU AudioNet.
It's What's Hot with Shamai Cook. I'm Shamai Cook. I got my guest co-host Ebony Reed in the building. What's going on, Ebony?
Everybody.
Thank you so much for being here, Ebony. And we have a special guest in the building today. We got NCCU basketball star Terrence Crawford in the building. Senior Terrence Crawford, number 3 on the NCCU basketball team. Mr. Crawford, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited.
No problem. How have you been? How's the semester going for you so far?
My semester is really smooth, honestly. I just I have an internship with the physical therapy.
Oh, that's good.
Clinic, and then I also have one class that I go to once a week at 6 p.m. So,
oh wow,
academic duties are not that taxing this semester. As I'm a senior, so I'm about to be on my way out.
Gotcha. You say you graduate in December, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. So what's your plans after college? Do you want to continue basketball, or how is that going to work?
I think plan A for right now is to go to grad school.
Okay.
I've applied to a few schools, and now I'm just waiting on to hear back from them to go to physical therapy school.
Got you. So what made you want to play basketball here?
Really, I look at Coach Moten
Okay.
and the culture that he's pretty much built here. I've followed Central for, since I was in high school, honestly.
Wow.
When I was a freshman, I came and I toured the school, and I liked it.
Gotcha.
And then, when I transferred here, I wanted to continue to play basketball, and I wanted to be a part of a culture, HBCU culture that has a lot of meaning and background to it. So that's really what drove my decision to really want to play here.
Okay. You got any questions, Ebony?
I do have one question. So, being a student athlete here at North Carolina Central University, do you feel like it has affected your college experience as a student?
I can definitely say so. It's some positive things to it. It's some negative things to it. I embrace the attention, but only positive attention. So,
can you elaborate on that more? Because
Yeah.
I'm trying to understand that. Yeah.
So, like, when I say by positive attention, like things like this, coming on the radio station,
Okay.
Speaking about these topics, going out to, like, when we went to Jersey, we went to the Michael B. Jordan Classic. That's positive attention.
Okay.
But also negative attention, like people who you were trying to be cool with, like before you were an athlete, and then you become an athlete, and now all these swarm of people who don't really support you for real, but just supporting you and wanting to be on your team because you a student athlete. They trying to leech off of you. I don't like that type of stuff. So I embrace the attention, but I see right through like the negative attention. So
I see. Talk about the culture a little bit. Talk about like the culture of Coach Moten, because he's a legendary. He played here. This is an alma mater, and talk about the type of culture that he has built in the locker room with you and your teammates.
So we had this saying that in this quote that we have is called "The standard is a standard." So he holds everybody, each player, each coach, even all the way down to the managers and trainers, to a standard, and he doesn't break that standard for anyone. So he has high expectations of everyone to go out on the floor and perform, come to practice every day ready, film sessions, weight sessions. So
Gotcha.
simple as that. The standard is a standard, and if you can't meet that standard, then there's going to be some repercussions for it. But if you meet that standard, then you'll see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Any questions, Ebony?
No.
So talk about. So I know recently, last season, you lost one of your teammates, Devin Butt, and I know you guys were very close as teammates and on and off the court. Talk about how him losing, like you guys losing him, has affected the team.
I can say this team, maybe not so much, because we have 10 new guys.
Okay.
So no, like, disrespect to them, but like they don't necessarily understand like
All right.
the relationship that we had with the 6 returners that we had with him.
Gotcha.
But the team that we had last year, we all stay connected. We still had the group chat from last year's team, and we still check on each other. So that right there was just kind of like a big blow, like to the guys and to the team and the coaches, because it's like it was so sudden and nobody really understood what was happening, what was going on. But the guys on this team, they respect it.
Gotcha.
And that's why I have so much respect for them, because they're understanding about the situation. They embrace the situation, and they're there for the returning guys. And if I'm not mistaken, tomorrow's game, I think we're going to honor him at the beginning of the game, before the game. So losing him was a big blow to the team, like on and off the court. Honestly, he was a great kid. He was a great dude.
Yeah, and I saw when you guys went to Kansas, on your jersey all season, you got DB and then his number. So that's great for you guys, and I'm so sorry for your loss. And I know how big, how to lose a teammate, because I have lost a former teammate of mine back in high school, and I know how that feels. So I send my condolences to you and the rest of that program over there in the basketball department. So talk about what being at HBCU, because it's different from being at a PWI and playing basketball. How does that shape your dynamic of playing college basketball? Because that's, like I said, you're not at a Duke or like at UNC or NC State. Talk about how you playing at HBCU makes you want to go be the best that you want to be.
So playing at a HBCU is like, it feels like a family atmosphere.
Okay.
You got the band playing.
Yep.
You got, sometimes the Greeks come in, they stroll during timeouts and halftime, stuff like that. And it's just like, the atmosphere is just crazy. Even when we go places like Howard and Norfolk, you just feel a different type of energy versus playing there, and even here versus going to playing at Kansas.
Gotcha.
Even though it's 17,000 fans in there screaming and it's loud, you can play in McDougal and it could be 4,000, 5,000 fans screaming and it's just as loud. Yeah. But it's a different type of feeling.
The support is definitely there.
The support is there, and the trash talk is more personal at HBCU
it really is.
than it is at a PWI.
They will look at the roster and call you out by name from the stands.
I have seen that.
You are not scared.
Last year when we went to Howard, I had a guy who was calling me by my Instagram handle.
Wow.
He was calling me by where I'm from, like my everything. Like, you hear it all.
Yeah, you're from Graham, North Carolina, right?
Yeah.
So, that's crazy. No, so talk about the MEAC. The MEAC, you got Howard, you got Norfolk, you got Morgan State. Talk about your competition. How do you guys see how do you see your team standing in the MEAC this year?
So they got us preseason third place, which was the same as last year.
Yeah.
So we trying to break that, and obviously we want to be in first place.
Yeah.
Get that regular season championship, get the conference, the MEAC conference championship. We trying to get it all this year. We going to grab everything that we deserve. We've been working way too hard to come up short. But obviously our biggest competition is going to be Howard and Norfolk, like it is every single year.
Howard does always have a good basketball program every year, and Norfolk does have some great athletes, especially perimeter shooters when it comes to getting into the paint and taking it to the next level. Yep. What's next for you?
After this, just really focusing on going to PT school, physical therapy school. And if I get some basketball looks, then I'll consider it. But I'm not really too fond about continuing to go play basketball, because that means I'll probably have to go overseas and go through that whole process. And it's a lot of negative things going on overseas. Like, one of my teammates from last year actually had to send him back because it's too much going on. They were like, he's American, he's in a different country, and they're not they don't like us, so they had to send him back. So it's a lot going on.
Okay, I understand. Do you plan on going to grad school here?
No. So I applied to Duke, High Point, Elon, UNC Chapel Hill, and went to Salem State.
So that's good. You want to stay in the area?
Yeah, I want to stay in state simply for tuition purposes.
Gotcha.
But Duke and Elon are probably my top two choices, because I looked at both programs and it's just really, really, really well put out, and they're both 3 years. So
can't you play basketball in grad school?
Yes, you can. Cause didn't Bacon do it last year? Bradley Medley Bacon did it last year.
So it depends on how many years of eligibility you have left.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, I think I got one more year, so I could play one more year if I wanted to in grad school.
Gotcha.
So.
But they want to be here.
Is that an option?
It could be. If I go to Duke, who wouldn't want to play
exactly.
Duke?
Yes, absolutely.
I would love to play at Duke.
Yeah, that's a historically Great institution for basketball when it comes to D1 basketball. Well, Mr. Crawford, thank you so much for coming on the show, and you're welcome back anytime. Thank you so much.
I appreciate y'all.
Good luck. Hey,
Thank
make sure
you
you guys go to their home opener tomorrow versus Virginia Lynchburg at McDougal McClendon Arena, and you'll see Terrence Crawford on the floor. It is what it is. It's What's Up, What's Your Michael. We shall be back.
You're listening to What's Hot on NCCU AudioNet.